Hi there. Welcome to episode 26 of my vlog, Sweet Skein of Mine. My name's Amanda and it is Wednesday, January 18th. Excuse me, I'm still harboring a little bit of a chest cold and I've got this lingering cough that will not go away. So excuse me if I have to take a drink of water or clear my throat, but I wanted to get on because it's been a few weeks. I guess my last visit with you was December 25th for my vlogmas. So vlogmas was a very positive experience for me. The interaction I had with so many of you, whether it be on the YouTube channel, messages, or Instagram, even through Etsy. Thank you all so much. I had a lot of fun doing it and kind of sharing my month with you. I know it looked ridiculously busy, and it is that month of life that I just take advantage of being with everyone and doing everything. So yeah, the first couple of weeks of December I was officially pooped and did exactly what I said I was going to do, which was do nothing but knit and watch Netflix, and it was perfect. And then I got a chest cold. So anyway, that's all good. I feel fine. I just, it's just there. So, yeah, I'm glad that you enjoyed some of the recipes. And yeah, just I've had a lot of really nice conversations with many of you, and yeah, it was all very, very positive. So I am going to do vlogging time, but part of me is like, oh, I hope you're not going to be bored, because February certainly doesn't bring what December brought into my social life. Like, I have some fun things going on for sure that I'm going to share, but it'll definitely be a little quieter. So I'm looking forward to that, though. I'll share some more recipes and all of that. So anyway, if you follow me on Instagram, you know that I finished my sweater, the Everett. I began this during Vlogmas, and yeah, the first couple of weeks of January, I just sat and knit and knit and knit. I think for like 2 days, Dan and I were just kind of like, so tired. So we just, he was in one TV room. I went in my front little room. We hunkered down and kind of just watched what we wanted to watch. For me, it was like Emily in Paris, and I caught up on everybody's vlogmases and sat and knit. So it's done, my Everett. It is called the Everett Pullover, and it's got lots of beautiful big cables. It's a nice boxy fit. Let's see, you knit from the bottom up, cabled everywhere, and then I clearly did some modifications for anybody that has looked at this pattern. So first off, this is the third time I've made this. In Vlogmas, I mentioned my son's girlfriend, Emily, asked me to knit her a sweater, and she picked out this pattern. So Emily's the one that brought this pattern out in the world, and it's beautiful. I loved it when I knit it for her. My daughter saw it. She fell in love with it. So I surprised her for Christmas, and she loves it. It fit her perfectly. I've got to get a good picture. Actually, I said we need the three of us to get a nice photograph together. So I will do that, and I'll put it on my Instagram page. So after knitting 2 of them, I wanted one for myself. And it was kind of nice to do it that way, because Sarah was a size 1, Emily was a size 2, I was a size 3, knowing how I wanted it to fit. But I love the fit. It's a perfect amount of positive ease for me. The length, everything. I'm so happy with it. So my modifications are the sleeves. The pattern has the cables charted and going down the sleeves. I started to do it for Emily's sweater, and I kept messing up, and it was kind of like going poofy. Everything was off. I wasn't enjoying it. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do it myself and knit and kind of create my own decreases. And so I carried that on with Sarah's sweater and did it for myself. And I'm glad I had written it all out. So, and shocking, I did a Ravelry page, because I started to get a lot of people say, okay, what were your modifications for the sleeve? Because I would rather do that as well. I actually made a pattern post on Ravelry, which I've never done before. Ravelry for me has just been a source of patterns and searching for ideas and whatnot. But anyway, I put all of the modifications that I did for the sleeve. It's basically, I think I picked up 60 stitches around the arm, knit for 9 inches, did a decrease row, knit 5 rows, did a decrease row, kind of continued doing that until I got the length I wanted and left room for the cuff. And I love it. Like I'm super happy with it. I like the length of the sleeve. It worked out really well. And it's a beautiful pattern. It's super easy to follow. I'm fairly new to cables, and this I would say is an intermediate pattern. Yeah, I'd say intermediate. So the yarn that I used is, I just used natural undyed yarn that I have. It's a worsted weight, and I used non-superwash merino, and I held it together. I still have some left. I went through 2 full, I don't know what, little mini bolts, I don't know what you would call this. I went through 2 of these and probably 1/4 of my 3rd. So this is the Kremke Stellaris. The color is 132, and it's like this pink beige metallic. It's more of a thread than a yarn, so I wasn't worried about it really changing the gauge of the sweater, because I'm 99% sure the pattern calls for a worsted yarn. So but together it creates a really, really pretty color. So it's got a little bit of a glitter shine to it. I don't know if it's picking up on the camera, but I love it so much. So this is an all-time favorite. This is like, I just even have like just my like Lulu joggers on and this sweater because it's so cozy and soft. Yeah, and I really enjoyed stranding it with this just to kind of give it a different flair, and it's so pretty. Yeah, I don't know what else to tell you about this except for clearly I enjoyed knitting it 3 times, and the color I'm so happy with. I do have some of this yarn. Some people have asked if they can order some. Of course you can. Just, let me know through, I guess, Instagram or whatever, Etsy. You can send me a message. My friend Michelle got me to dye her some in this color blush, and she got some of the pink Stellaris as well to hold it together, and it's going to be so pretty. So yeah, pink one. And then another girl messaged and asked if I'd do my favorite sweatshirt in it, so that's going to be pretty too. So yeah, so there's my finished object of the new year. I do have another finished object, but it's blocking. You're going to think I'm crazy, but yeah, I did finish my turtle dove. So I will have that on Instagram very soon, and I will also, I guess, share some chit chat about that and save it for vlogging time. Sorry, constantly clearing my throat. So my Everett Pullover, definitely recommend it. I love it. It's cozy. The yarn is soft. I love that I decided to hold the metallic with it. It turned out so pretty. So I've got a couple of whips on the go. When this was finished, I did do my turtle dove in the black, which was not a nightmare at all. It was fine. It's such a quick knit. I know it's ridiculous. I have another sweater done, but I do. So when those were all done, I kind of didn't know what I wanted on my needles, but I needed to knit something because I've said before, I'm an early riser and I just want to sit there and chill with coffee and a show and a little bit of knitting. So this is my colorway Fiber Friends, and it's just leftover sock yarn that I had from the hat that I did, the road trippin'. I held this with the mohair and yeah, have lots left over. So I decided to make myself some little minis. So I do have these on the go. I've got them housed in my sweet little Sandy by the Lakeside Christmas bag that she gave me for Christmas. I love it. And it's perfect to use this time of year because it's not so much Christmassy as it is kind of wintry with like the pink trees. So I love it, Sandy. So I have it in this sweet little project bag, and I'm just doing minis, like little mini socks. So I did a little cuff. There's kind of the body of the sock, the heel flap gusset, and now I'm just working on the actual foot. So I started that, and if you know me and know me well, I'm not a huge sock knitter, so I kind of needed a distraction from a sock, which this is great to have on the go for hairdresser, for waiting room, whatever. So I'm going to just kind of always keep this on the go because this is just for me. But then I had to go ahead and pick up, okay, I've talked about this before, the Sophie shawl and the Sophie scarf. So I have my Sophie, well here, I'll start with this one, my Sophie scarf, which I wore over the holidays all the time. I love having a little something on my neck, and it feels so good. This is in my merino cashmere nylon DK, Truly Madly Deeply. And I knit one for my mother-in-law, Mitch's mom, for Christmas, actually for her birthday. Her birthday's Christmas Day. So I gave her one, and I did it in the espresso martini, and she loves it. So, and it's such a good size, like just enough to cover that if you have a coat on and this little bit of gap that you want to kind of keep yourself warm. It's such a nice size. I also, I mean, I've shown this before. Sorry for people that have seen Vlogmas and are seeing this again. But I also did the scarf, and I did this with stash yarn. And I love it. Same thing over the holidays. Wore it to death. Wore it all the time. It's so cozy. I love the length. There's nothing about this knit that I don't love. Like, I want to knit this 100 million times. People that love the half wrap, the triangle half wrap or half wrap triangle, I did make that, but honestly, I would never make one again. I found it like way too long, and I don't know. I can't say I loved it. This I loved, because this is something more wearable to me. And yeah, just so I already know that this is something I want to pick away at and do for Christmas gifts next year, because this is just a beautiful way to gift some of your knitting. And I love this neutral color so much, but I needed something bright and like a good pop. So this is not for everybody. I decided to do it in my colorway Tickled Pink. So I just cast this on. I'm doing another one of the scarves, and this is where I've gotten so far. Lots of progress. The colorway's Tickled Pink. I love this pink. It's like, I want to call it like plastic pink. You know, like if anybody remembers Barbie's high heel shoes that she wore, they were like this color. I should have called this Barbie shoes, but it's called Tickled Pink. So after having a beautiful scarf that I know I love and I want to wear it all the time, I love the neutral, but I needed a good bright as well. So I've got, I think you need to do the repeat 60 times. I do the size large because I do love it. There goes my phone. The length, and I think I'm at like repeat 35. So I have a ways to go, and then you do your decreases. But I love this pattern. You've got this sweet I-cord finished edge on it. It's really blowing out, but anyway, it's super bright. I have more colors in this that I'll show at the end. I'll do like shop talk at the end for people that aren't interested in hearing about any yarn, but anyway, this is it. And just that little bit of cashmere that's in the yarn is so cozy. I love it, so I can't wait to have this. So those are my two whips that I have on the go, the sock and this shawl. Yeah, other than that, I've just been back into life with my journal. So many people have messaged saying, you know, they're totally sold on the idea of journaling, and really, I mean, you don't have to get into the crazy supplies that I've gotten into. I know I'm just, I do I do some things over the top, but I love it. It's my full-time hobby. Every day, every morning still. So I have my new Hobonichi A5, the cousin, all set up. And yeah, I just printed some pictures off the other day. Where are they? Anyway, yeah, I'm just all set up and loving this part of my life. So journaling is still happening. I have a couple of acquisitions. This is something that arrived during Vlogmas and I never got a chance to share, but I love this. This is my Sandy by the Lakeside rose gold bunny bag. Anyway, when she did Vlogmas, she had like a picture of this on her coffee table and I kept looking at it going, oh, I want that so bad. So here's the thing. I don't even planning on using it as a project bag. I plan on using it as like a little clutch, like dressed up in like a sweet black dress with this as your clutch. How adorable. So I did get this. I love Sandy's bags, especially her leather products. Amazing. So pretty. And then I have another acquisition that I did not get, but I was treated to. I got a message, an email from Chelsea Luxe Yarn saying my package was on the way, and I was like, oh my gosh, what did I order? I can't remember what I ordered. And then I was like, maybe I knew I was waiting for her to release a certain color on a base and kind of discussed it with her, but I didn't know if I said just send it when it's ready and I'll pay you, or anyway, I just got this message. So I said, do I owe you money because I see I have a package coming? And she's like, no, somebody wanted to treat you to some yarn. So my friend Mary Ellen, we met through Instagram and just through yarn, and she is so sweet. We've done swaps before. She treated me to some yarn. Anyway, I love this, and this is the colorway I was kind of waiting for Christina to restock. So it's her gingerbread sock set. Anyway, it's so beautiful. Anyway, Mary Ellen sent this to me as a thank you for Vlogmas, which was so not necessary. Mary Ellen, I love this. You are so thoughtful. So thank you, thank you, thank you. This is my first skein of yarn for 2023, and I love it. So I don't think I'm gonna do socks with it. I think I have to do like a hat, or I don't know. I was thinking even mitts would be really pretty in this. So sometimes you just look at a colorway and you think it's just too pretty to put on my feet. It'll get hidden. So thank you again. What else did I want to share? I did write some things down. Yeah, I'm gonna do Vlogentine. Something else I started this month, which I kind of knew I was going to do it in December, and I probably should have spoken about it a little more, was Yarn of the Month. So for 2023, I want to do Yarn of the Month. So January's has already been listed and sold out and shipped out. But my plan is the first of every month to list it first thing in the morning. It'll be shipped in like a week and a half. And it'll always, I'm going to try to mix it up and keep it different. So January was a sock skein with a mini. I already know that February is going to be a DK sock skein with 2 DK minis. And the color will always be a surprise. But yeah, March might be mohair and slub twisted together. I don't know. I'm just going to mix it up all the time, so it's kind of a surprise. The details of what the yarn will be will always be listed, but the colorway will always be a surprise. So, and I can only do so much. So I'm sorry for people that kind of missed out on January and were hoping that I could make more, but I think I have to set those limits just to do so many. So anyway, what else did I want to talk about? Told you about my Sophie shawl. Yeah, I'll talk about my turtle dove in Vlogentine. So yeah, one more thing I did want to show you before I kind of go on, and for those that aren't interested in hearing about yarn or new colorways, that's okay. It'll probably be time for me to start chatting about that after I show you a favorite thing. I've mentioned before, I don't tend to really like a lot of yarn gadgets. Like the first thing that comes to mind is I have a yarnet and I never use it. It's not a gadget I ever needed. Or I think organically I like my yarn just to be in a bag and use it. I'm not keeping it clean from anything or organized if it's in like a pretty project bag already. So, but some accessories that I absolutely love are like my barber cord, you know, the cords that you can kind of extend your sweater so you can try it on. There's lots of accessories I absolutely love, and some that just I've tried and I'm up for trying anything. It's just didn't work. But this I love. It's my Coco Knits magnetic board. So when you order it, it comes in this little linen bag. I think it comes in gray as well. I have this brown one. So it's a board that you can use to hold, and I'm showing this because I did actually just use this for, oh, okay, sorry, I kept dropping everything, and anyway, okay. The Coco Knits magnetic board. Okay, I just used it for this sweater. Anyway, it held my chart. I was able to mark each row. Anyway, I liked it sitting on the couch beside me so I could see what I was doing instead of laying it flat beside me. Anyway, I like this accessory. So if you are a sweater knitter that, you know, you're following lots of charts, this was super handy. I don't find it one of those fad things that, you know, you're going to go, why did I buy this? This I liked. So I recommend the Coco Knits magnetic board. I'm a wreck for sure. So there's a product that I wanted to share. Okay, for those that aren't interested in hearing about my shop update, thank you for watching, and I will definitely be back. If you want to find me, I'm on Instagram as Sweet Skein of Mine. I have an Etsy store, Sweet Skein of Mine. If you have any questions, please, you can pop them below or direct message me, whatever's easy. I'm going to try to put everything up on the screen. And yeah, so I will see you for vlogging time. That'll be the next time I record for sure. So, but I'm going to go on to share some new yarns that I have newly dyed or newly coming out. I'm loving the DK MCN. So if you are interested in doing this Sophie shawl, you're going to need 2 skeins. If you're going to do a Sophie scarf, you'll need 1. But I have tickled pink and then some new colorways that are going to be in my shop this Friday. This is all on the DK MCN base. I did some in blush, in marigold, raspberry jam, and good jeans. So I tried to give a little bit of a mix. If I ever have a color that you're looking for that I have on another base and you would like it, let's say on this, please reach out. It's no problem ever. So I'm also getting ready for Valentine's Day. And I'm so excited. I'm doing a couple of Galentine Day swaps with some friends, so I'm looking forward to doing that. I have 1 parcel out in the mail, Meg. It should be there hopefully in a couple of days. And my friend Christina is going to be receiving one. Anyway, it's fun. It's a fun way to do a little swapperoo with your girlfriends, especially when you have all these kind of interests in mind. It's fun to get those surprises. So my Valentine's Day yarn that's coming out is the first one. It's called Sweethearts. So it's a mint green base and it's got yellow and peach, this bright pink, some blues. I love it. I had the Sweetheart candies in mind when I did this. And then the other one is called the Valentine Fairy. And it's a pale pink base with some hot pink and navy and purple. I wanted to show these skeins side by side. Just so you know, I love it if you have a preference. I mean, this is hand-dyed yarn, so you're never going to get completely the same. It's always going to be similar. But, you know, it's inevitable that some skeins get more color. I just did an order for a friend in my new colorway flannel sheets, and she said, I'd love a skein with the least amount of gold on it, which is, you know, there's always one that does have less or one that does have more. So this one has clearly a lot more of the navy blue. This one, not so much. So if you ever have a preference, people that order like 2 or 3, I pack similar looking colorways, or, you know, the colors that are showing is what you're going to get to match up. But if you have a preference on more navy or less navy, totally pop that on your order. That's always doable, no problem at all. But I love this one. This one's called, again, the Valentine Fairy. And I might keep this for myself because I love it, because it's pink. And then also, I don't have them to show, I'm popping in some new sock blanks. I'm back into the sock blank dyeing. I'm loving it, and they're so much fun. So I should probably do a little video on that. Maybe that's a video idea for vlog and tying. Show the sock blanks and kind of what they're all about. So they're going to be 3 new colors of sock blanks in my shop update on Friday as well. Okay, last but not least, I'm doing another collaboration with my friend Nancy, who is Knit Sip Happy. She has been designing all of these amazing sock patterns, and we've collabed once before, and we're doing it again. So her vision was, you know, like strolling through the woods with the snow-capped pine trees and, you know, the blue sky, everything kind of glistening. So she kind of gave me an idea of what she had in mind for color. So I came up with this, and it's called Into the Woods. So it's a really pale gray base, and it's got some bright blues, some green speckles. There's a few places where the yarn broke and you get some red, or where the dye broke and you get some red and pink and a little bit of purple. But so this will be in my shop on Friday as well. So that's it for my updates. Also coming up will be, February 1st will be Yarn of the Month release. Everything is always at 8 o'clock in the morning. And then next week, I am going to also be listing my bunny boxes. So I believe Easter lands on April 9th this year. So that will mean 8 minis and 1 large skein. So it's kind of like a little Easter Advent, like a countdown to Easter. So this year I have, this is only my 2nd year doing it, but this year the surprise in the box will be a little gift that was made by Dodo Leather Crafts. So I'm really excited about that. They turned out beautiful. I gave them an idea of what I was looking for, and they made it for me. So I'm so happy. There'll only be 20 of them being sold, but I'll definitely give the heads up on Instagram what day that will be. Yeah, so I guess that's it. Wanted to catch up, of course, show my new sweater. I love it. Yeah, there's nothing I could tell you that I wasn't happy about regarding this knit. It's so cozy. Yeah, that's it for today. So I hope everybody's having a great Wednesday. I'll download and upload this evening. Yeah, if you have any questions, again, just pop me a message and I'm happy to reply. And other than that, I will see you for Vlogantine, which will begin February 1st. And yeah, I'll probably do what I did for Vlogmas, post it that evening, because I don't do anything at night, so there's nothing to show. Anyway, happy Wednesday, everybody. Happy knitting, and I'll see you soon. Okay, bye.